Hi, it's Miss Pritzel, and I'm book talking a realistic fiction book called The Way I Used to Be. A little easier to read there. And it's by Amber Smith. I recently did a book talk on her other book, The Last to Let Go, which is about domestic violence and its aftermath. Basically, a mother who kills an abusive husband in front of her children, and then the impact that has on the children and the family. So this has a similar traumatic beginning, like first pages, in that our main character, Eden, is a 14-year-old girl, freshman year of high school. She's kind of young for her grade, as we kind of learn through the book. And it is the very early hours of New Year's Day, and we know that she has been raped by her brother's best friend who is staying in the house. So she is 14 years old. She's been raped in her own bedroom by someone she knows while her family is there. And she doesn't tell anyone. And so the book follows Eden through the rest of freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and into senior year. And that's when things start to, you learn more details about that night. Something happens that brings up more things. And, you think your eyes are opened through as you go with Eden throughout her high school years. And like I said, the last final pages, chapters, open your eyes even more, because you see how she spirals. You see how close she comes to telling like her best friend or somebody, but she doesn't. And you're like, why? Just say it. Just let it out. But you also like it's easy for me to say that, oh, I would do it this. No, I don't know how I would do it. And I know there's gonna be a lot of people who are like, why would you want to read a book like that? I know a lot of people who would say this to me, and they're like, I would never, like, I would always say, like, books allow me to get into the heads, because this is told from Eden's point of view, and you really get into Eden's head and understand. But you don't, you think you understand, but you don't really understand. And I don't think she completely understands why she does things or why doing this helps her compensate. But like I said, I learned a few years ago, I learned a term called, you'd think I would have learned it sooner, it's called empathy through literature. And like I said, when I haven't experienced all these things in life, and how am I going to understand these things if I don't read about them? And some people might read a nonfiction book and get their understanding from that. But for me, a fiction book where the characters are experiencing this and you're inside the head of that character, like, that is how I can at least try. Because I'll be honest, like, I think I understood more with the last few pages of this book, like what really happened and why she did what she did, and why, or didn't do what she, didn't tell anyone, things like that. When you get a lot more detail at the very end. And I think it's important to understand that there are people out there living with trauma, and they don't always tell people, and they don't always show it, and they may act in behaviors that we don't understand, and there may be reasons behind that. So I'm almost crying as I'm doing this book talk. So yeah, this is not a happy-go-lucky book. So this is not a book I would recommend to just anybody. Like, if you are a person like me who like I said, it's not a happy-go-lucky book, but wow, I'm going to guarantee you, I was engaged in both of the books that I've read by Amber Smith. I was very engaged because I wanted to see these characters' situations be resolved. Not fixed, because they're not fixed. These are traumatic events, but be resolved, and be resolved with with some kind of maybe hopeful ending. And she does such a good job of that. She does such a good job with these very serious topics. And like I said, I feel like I understand a little better what it would be like to go through some of these traumatic events. So once again, this book, not for everyone. and come in and check this one out or something else, or I'll find you something a lot more your style if this is not your style. So this is The Way I Used to Be. And the author is Amber Smith. And like I said, realistic fiction, very difficult topics, but I think she is an incredibly talented author for the way that she puts these books together, and she holds you interest, and she keeps, and like I said, like I thought my eyes were opened throughout this book, and wow, the ending was just wow. So have a great day and keep on reading.